Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the side.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. The 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. After a play like that, you have to get it in the end zone on this drive. Might as well give it to him again. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to run it back. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Caught in the backfield. It's Balkinson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. That's what a modern fullback has to do, almost like a tight end, to be able to be there and be available for the quarterback in the passing game, Jeff.
Yeah, you got to be able to do a lot of different things, Reese, no doubt about it. It's not just blocking, but it's lining up at different spots all over the field as well, running routes, and then being a viable option.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. And the tackle was made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The give to the tailback. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They'll run the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the misconnection on third down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And it's no good. And guys, still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead.
And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He unleashes a long one. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play.
Yeah, when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field, through the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
The quick out.
And on that out route, 3rd down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the first down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch, but it sets up 4th and short.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to going at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Afterburners coming. The 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown time. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. He's looking to throw. Going over the top. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a tough. Take over at the 25-yard line. Working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
He'll work his way down to the 28.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now on first down from the 28. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Offense gets set for second down. Johnson looking to throw. fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
He looks that one in nicely. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They're going to throw it again. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off.
It's really tough as a quarterback to throw down here in the red zone because the windows, they constrict so quickly. Quarterback lucky that ball wasn't picked. He tried to force that one into double coverage.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. The give to the fullback. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's a great job by the defense, not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
He got it. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand, and they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He's going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And he sailed and he overthrew. But I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, going up top. Getting some heat. Pressure coming. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Still on his feet at the 45. He's off to the races. He's at the 10. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And this is why offenses are so hard to stop. When you have such great playmakers at the quarterback spot, 3rd down, if people are covered, what can he do? Take off, scramble, and now set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
With the run on 1st and goal. Hut down, Crimson Tide, and the punishment has been extended.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Give to the big fullback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll immediately call timeout. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Unloads it downfield. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. How about this running back dragging a toe and getting it inbound?
Showing off the wide receiver skills. You know, running backs are so talented nowadays, and you split them out as a wide receiver so much, and he showed it there. He could play wide out easily with a nice catch, nice awareness.
Makes the grab on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Snap it to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Fast motion from the offense. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he sing that thing in there?
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw it again. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off, accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take...
Oh, look out! There he goes! The 30, the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Alabama! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. And now on second down for this offense. Johnson wants to throw it. He's going to take off. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And that will go backwards, a negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
He's back to throw on second down. Working that left side now. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back Scott.
Looking deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He'll just keep slinging it. Pocket starts to collapse. And that pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. The interception stopped the threat, and the return even better as he crosses midfield and gets it to the 49.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Here comes that Alabama offense. The give as they work on that clock. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going up top. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. And that ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Here's the handoff. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. 1st and goal for the offense. Powers forward. Touchdown, Bama! And the stomping has commenced. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road. Great start, but you can tell this team's for real, for real.
No doubt, and they deserve for us all to be talking about them right now because they look as advertised. This is a team with tremendous talent. They've taken care of business up to this point, but now because they're undefeated at this point of the year, every game from this point out gets bigger